Berry Head and Thatcher Rock. On the phone, I got a GPS. Let's see. West. So basically we're on a straight line between Berry Head and Thatcher Rock.
This is Falmouth Coast Guard. Sorry, say again, which rock?
Between Thatcher Rock and Berry Head.
Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, between Berry Head and Thatcher Rock.
Yes, correct.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, how many persons aboard your vessel?
There are 5 people aboard.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, and are all persons on board wearing life jackets, over?
No, not at the moment. We've got life jackets. We got life jackets here.
Pan Lucky Clover, this is Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, the direct line in between Berry Head and Thatcher Rock covers the entirety of the bay. Have you got an exact position?
The GPS location says 50 degrees 25 256 north, 3 degrees 28 634 west. We're probably about a third of the way between Berry Head and a direct line to Thatcher Rock.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger. And what is the mechanism of your engine failure?
We think it's a fuel blockage. The battery's working, it's firing over. We've contacted Sea-Watch and asked them to send an engineer, but we can't get confirmation over how long that will take, and we just thought we ought to let you know.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger. Question, where did you start your passage and where do you plan to end your passage today?
We started at Torquay Harbour and we're fishing and we're going back to Torquay Harbour, Torquay Marina.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, and are there any other vessels in the vicinity of your current position?
We can see a few yachts flying around.
Okay, enough of that.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, and what assistance do you require?
At the moment, we just wanted to let you know, we are hoping that somebody is coming out to collect us, but we thought we ought to register the fact that we're stranded at the moment.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, have you an anchor you're able to utilise should you be required?
Yes, we got an anchor and we're using a sea anchor at the moment to keep us stable.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, and question, is there any form of water ingress?
No water ingress.
Pan Lucky Clover, Falmouth Coast Guard, roger, and what is your current rate and direction of drift?
We're pretty stable at the moment because we've got the sea anchor in.
Right, enough with that. I can't see them. Yeah, I'm scanning the horizon. I just bumped into them on the way. I'm scanning.
Huh?
Yeah, you got that far, no sign. Can't see any sign of them at all. Or can we? Oh, that's them there then, isn't it? That's gotta be. Alright. They're sat there waiting for sea start. That's where they're at. There's a vessel there. I wonder how this sea start business works. It's not like the AA or the RAC, is it really? Rather more complicated. It's a shame though, they could have got a tow in to Brixton, couldn't they? Right there. Okay, they'll be sat there for ages. Actually, I was just going to go back to the chair, but that, I imagine, is the wild thing pan just there. I wonder if that boat would like to go and get the other one as well.
Over.
Pan, Lucky Clover, this is Sonic Coast Guard. Question. No. Describe your vessel, over.
An 18-foot Sea Ray speedboat. We've just been told somebody's on their way out to us, so we're just waiting for a phone call to find out how long they're going to be.
Pan, Lucky Clover, this is Sonic Coast Guard. Roger. Do you know who's towing you, over?
Somebody called Tony, that's all we know, from Sea Watch.
Pan, Lucky Clover, this is Sonic Coast Guard. Roger, out.
This is Pan Springbok, over.
Pan Springbok, Falmouth Coast.
Falmouth Coast Guard, Pan Springbok. We are just approaching the Brixton Harbour entrance, over.
Pan Springbok, Falmouth Coast Guard, Roger. Request you call again Solent Coast Guard as they are currently coordinating this incident and will liaise with yourself.
Understood. Solent Coast Guard, this is Pan Springbok, over.
Pan, Springbok, this is Sonic Coast Guard, over.
Solent Coast Guard, Pan Springbok. I have the vessel under tow and approaching the entrance to Brixton Harbour, and I will require some assistance in there to get the casualty moored up somewhere, over.
Pan, Springbok, this is Sonic Coast Guard. Roger, out. Pan. All stations. This is Sonic Coast Guard. Lucky Clover, information number 1. Following received from Lucky Clover on VHF channel 16 at 1109 UTC. Begins Pan. Lucky Clover, ice bow. Lima uniform Charlie Kilo Yankee. Charlie Lima Oscar. Victoria Echo Romeo. In position. 50 degrees. 25.256 minutes north. 003 degrees. 28.634 minutes west. I say again, 50 degrees. 25.256 minutes north. 003 degrees. 28.634 minutes west. Vessel is an 18-foot speedboat that has suffered engine failure en route to Torquay Harbour. There are 5 people on board. No assistance is required at this time. Sea-Watch is able to assist. Lucky Clover is approximately 1.65 nautical miles from Brixham Harbour. Ends.
Falmouth Coast Guard, this is Lucky Clover.
Lucky Clover, this is Senate Coast Guard, go ahead, over.
Okay, we've, it's meant to be towing us back. He told us he's just passing the Somerset border. So we phoned Torquay Harbour Master, who's arranging a tow for us. So if I'll let you know when, hopefully when that comes to fruition.
Pan Lucky Clover, this is Senate Coast Guard, roger.
Solent Coast Guard, DSA Freedom, over. Solent Coast Guard, DSA Freedom, on scene with Pan Lucky Clover, over.
Pan Walting, this is Pan Springbok, over.
Solent Coast Guard, DSA Freedom, on scene with Pan Lucky Clover, over.
DSA Freedom, this is Falmouth Coast Guard, Solent Coast Guard. We're conducting a Mayday relay broadcast. Understand you're on scene with the vessel, over.
Solent Coast Guard, DSA Freedom, yes, on scene with the Pan Lucky Clover, over. I will be attempting a tow back to
Well, I was
Torquay
just
Harbour.
thinking about when we were in cruise.
DSA Freedom, this is Falmouth Coast Guard. Roger. We'll pass to Solent Coast Guard. Many thanks. Falmouth Coast Guard out.